Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me on a special episode on my channel. Now let's get started. I am back and I am bringing super exciting news to this channel. I am very happy to share this with you, so I hope you stick around to find out what I am talking about. I'm gonna jump straight into the subject and will tell you that I have finally participated in my first game jam. I took part in the community game jam that lasted 1 week and was hosted by my favorite group of YouTubers. I simply couldn't miss this one. I'm extremely excited to share the game that was made with you, and I would also like to show you some behind the scenes of the creation of the game. For my first game jam, I partnered up with a friend of mine to create a game. As with all game jams, the topic of the competition was announced only at the start of the countdown. All we could do until then was to prepare and hope for the best. The start quickly arrived and we found out that the topic was "The game is a liar." It was a blast working with him, as we helped each other a lot during development. While the art style and the graphics was created by him, I spent most of my week creating the coding part of the game as well as animating the characters. Before the jam started, we synced all our tools that we wanted to use to be able to work properly together on the same project. It took some time for us to understand how exactly does Unity Collab work, but in the end it was a great experience using it. Also, I sat a lot on the forums of the game jam to look around and see what other people were doing before the start. After the reveal of the topic, I also looked around to see what their thoughts were on the topic and how they would approach it. It took us about 8 to 10 hours of brain crunching to come up with an idea. The first night when we found out the topic, we couldn't even figure out what we wanted to make. All our ideas led to games such as Cat Mario or Stanley's Parable. Our task planner was a mess because we didn't even know where to start. The problem was that we knew that these type of games would be very popular with the developers at the end of the jam, so we wanted to stand out somehow. We basically wanted to think outside the box. In the end, we ended up with a simple idea where the main concept of the game was to fool the player as unexpectedly as possible. And I will let you tell me if we succeeded. I don't want to spoil too much about the game and I would rather have you play it. Let me know in the comments below or on the game's comment section what your thoughts are about it. Any type of feedback is greatly appreciated. I had a lot of fun on this project because I strive to do things differently than what I'm used to, and therefore I learned to use plenty of new features available in Unity. One of these was animating characters using the Unity bone structures. I must say that the first results were the best. After I was done with the basic animations for movement, jumping and idle, I made an animation controller and put everything together. The results looked something like this. With the animations for the main character done, we wanted to make more characters of the same, so I had to somehow import the animations to other characters as well. Although the process wasn't supposed to be too difficult, I managed to break some things and the animations on the new characters didn't exactly work as expected. It didn't take long to figure out that I named the bones of the characters differently and that broke the animations, but my efforts were in vain as we never had time to implement these characters into our game. The core of our game, the story, was the most interesting to implement. First, because neither of us was good at storytelling, and second, because we didn't know how to tell the story to the player based on the paths he took. With the whole gameplay complete, we decided to also make a small menu with a very simple functionality. At first we wanted to add a lot of buttons and sliders with no effect to emphasize the topic even more, but we ended up not making an options panel because we didn't have time for it. For the first time, I used animation controllers to handle the button state animations. It was so easy to work with it that I will definitely also implement it in my game as well. The results were really nice. In the meantime, my friend also created sprites for the game and the menu as well, and after I had added them to the game, it changed its feel completely. From a dull looking main menu, it turned into a really nice scene, which led to an even better looking game. That was pretty much the story behind the creation of our game. I wouldn't want to show you too much, because it would spoil everything. If you are interested in the game, I will have a link to it in the description below. On the other hand, it would be really nice if you try it out and leave a comment on the site or on this video and tell us what you think about the game. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching this episode on my channel. It is a bit different than my usual devlogs, but I hope you liked it. In the next episode, I will probably continue with the devlog series and showcase my progress on the trading game I'm making. Also, I finally started an Instagram page where I will post news about my progress more often. Make sure to check that out as well. I will have it linked in the description below. Stay tuned and check the discussion of my channel as I usually post updates there. Stay safe and goodbye.